Okay, let's get the show on the road. I have a different configuration today. Let me just double check that I'm getting audio over here. Let's see, do we have chat? Do we have sound? Do we have sound? Okay, great. So what's up? This is Dave. This is What's Up Dave. Happy Monday. This is my daily stream where I catch up with my friends on the internet, let people know what's going on with me. And today is National Japanese Curry Day, which is like one of my favorite holidays. Well, it's not really a holiday here in the US, but they celebrate it in Japan. Their day is already over. It's already Tuesday over there, I think, or close to Tuesday. Monday night, they're 12 hours behind or ahead of us on the East Coast of the US. And so today I'm doing a pop-up curry restaurant. I made this sign. I made a big pot of curry last night, and I am posting on my Facebook friends list that we are having curry from 1 to 7 p.m. chicken with yogurt drinks, and I'm going to test a rib thing today. So I'm getting the smoker ready too. So this should be fun. This is like an impromptu thing I decided to do today, just because it's been a while since I've had people over. I'm also working in standing desk mode for this little dingy cart thing. I'll show you what that looks like. So I can pull this aside for it all collapsing on me again. Very irritated by this cord thing. Why can't everything be wireless? So yeah. So like you can raise the shelf like up there. Usually it's down it's lower, more where you can see like where all the electronic stuff is down there. But I'm standing on top of it now. So just because like I don't feel like taking up as much room, I thought it might be an interesting change of pace. One irritating thing about that's been going on this week or this past week has been the cat has like been increasingly difficult with his pooping. He's pooping everywhere. So I put the screen up there to kind of cover it up if people come over, because there's a litter box behind there, and the cat is just being uncooperative, let's say. So like the house is like, I had to clean up the stuff over here, but basically people are going to be eating over on that side of things, not on this side. And the smoker's going to be outside and so forth. So I'm setting this up vertical mode because then I can move that chair out of the way, my office chair. So what's on today's other than National Curry Day? I can show you some pictures of the curry prep. I made it last night, so it would have a day to age, because aged curry, like any aged stew, just tastes better the second day. So let me see if I can actually get this thing going. Let me switch over to Lightroom. Let's see if this works. Oh, it was beach balling me on me. Synchronize. Is this working? I've been having issues with these dialog boxes. Oops. Okay, there it goes. Let's see if this works. I was grabbing the last photos I took on the iPhone. It's taking its own sweet time though. Is it fucked up again? Let's try trying to write to the server. Yeah, okay, so this works. There's other stuff in here to look at. Oh, I saw this sriracha hot chili sauce ketchup and I was intrigued to buy it, but I don't think I would use it. And then also I made a container for the Samyang hot sauce, which I've actually harvested some from some leftover hot sauce packs. I showed this off last week, I think. But you can see like this looks like collected blood. And this stuff is pretty terrifying. Come on, yeah, I remember this. Still couldn't focus because this camera's shit. Come on, focus, you piece of shit. I'm so foul. There we go. It seems like I have to put my fingernails in there or something like that for it to even like see the thing. I'm not sure what the deal is with it. There's probably like a little target I can make that would make it focus. I bet if I use this card, I bet I'd find the text and focus on it. Or maybe not. I don't understand the focus on this. Anyway, there's hot sauce in that thing. All right, so, and then going back to the pictures, the show and tell process one. Oh, like someone gave me a scarf, and I noticed it matched the colors of this Chewbacca t-shirt that I had. We had a lot of snow. Took these pictures of Dad. Why is that coming out so funny? These are some panoramics. Replaced a light bulb. Had dinner with my friend Alex. Took him to the Vietnamese restaurant. He had not been to this restaurant before. And then prepping for the curry night. So like instead of like putting it all in the one pot, which is what I usually do, I wanted to control like the amount of caramelization. So I grilled, I basically seared these chicken patties here, and then I cooked the onions separately and then prepped everything else. So yeah. Those are just getting the curry going. And I post these on Instagram. Right after I made this sign, the thing fell over and all the letters fell out of it. I had to do it again. But we are ready for curry day, I think. In about 20 minutes, I need to put the start the ribs there. And what I'm going to try this time is instead of just leaving it in there for 4 hours, because it's never quite getting to the temperature where where the meat falls off or pulls gently from the bone. I think it's because of evaporative cooling happening. So after the first 2 hours, I'm going to wrap it and then like finish it that way. If I wrap it in foil, that will prevent the evaporative cooling effect from lowering the temperature of the meat. So then it should get past the 160, 170 degrees that it stalls at to more like, I'd say 190, 200, and then that I think will be a better rib. So that's why rib test is on today's menu. Let's see, what else did I say I'm going to do this week? Let's see. I still need Lightroom up here. Let's see. Is this sound working? Let's see. Yeah, it's working. Let's see. Oh yeah, the refinement of the personal mission. As you know, I've been working on my Groundhog Day resolution system for next year. And I've been really rethinking what it is that I'm doing. One of the thoughts I've had was that maybe I'm still trying to do too much. And an approach I'm thinking of is dropping this balancing act I'm trying to do, or at least changing the balance. The balancing act I was doing before was to... There was like 5 different areas of my life, and I wanted to like, make sure I was addressing each of those. But it kind of sucks, and it sucked for the past 3 or 4 years. It might be better if instead of trying to do them evenly, I just shit-canned a lot of them and just made one of them the main thing. And interestingly, I think the main thing I'm going to do for 2018 is I'm going to focus on being a software developer. Related to that is a modification of this idea of making beautiful, useful things. Now, in my productivity tool system that I've been working on, let me just pull it up here and look at my notes. 1 second. Now let me show you my screen. Where is it? Here we have, I've been keeping everything in our, the DS Cafe's public docs area that I set up for us. Yeah, this is the system designed for my productivity system. And I said as a goal, this is my thinking on January 2nd, that my replacement personal productivity system does not explicitly have project, task, time, or resource management, because time spent on tracking doesn't actually help me get the work done. I have a related insight to that though. So as an artisan creator, what is important to me is making things of value and sharing with others who also value those things. And then the key metric, this was something I was going off of, was the key productive activity is making beautiful and useful things. And this seemed about right. because I like beautiful and useful things. And I know the accrual and creation of these works and making things of value and sharing is a really important part of what I'm doing too. But the insight I had was that, you know, as much as I like making beautiful, I like the idea of making beautiful and useful things, I think I really like them more than I like making them. What I end up doing all the time and what I obsessively do is not this. What I obsessively do is make tools for understanding things. I'm constantly trying to understand things. So that might be the more accurate, that could be the value that I produce. So it happens to be that the things that I make, I strive to make them beautiful and useful. But understanding seems to be underlying everything. The tools that I make are to understand things that I'm doing. When I get angry about stuff and start swearing my head off, it's when I'm like upset when someone has screwed up the understanding, or has misunderstood, or is deliberately misunderstood, or is just not seeing the point of things and is wasting my time. They're talking around the understanding. That drives me up the wall. All my productivity tools are essentially tools for me to understand what it is that I'm doing, and this very example of making a productivity system is based on an exercise of understanding myself and how I've changed over the years. So maybe it's not making beautiful, useful things. Maybe it's maybe it's understanding stuff. I'm gonna add that here. Maybe. Let's see, it's January 22nd. You know, this table is a little bit too low. Maybe it's not making beautiful and useful things. It's making tools for understanding. That's what I seem to obsess about. I was about to say I was being OCD about it. Yeah, this desk is a little bit too low. I wish I could raise this higher. Can I do that? I don't think it will work. Yeah, it's not going down. What is that? No, it doesn't go in far enough. That's why. It's too bad. I could probably I could make a desktop extension for this. That would probably work pretty well. Anyway, let's obsess about. Also, a follow-up on the idea of taskless and timeless. I realize that there's a kind of anxiety I still have about it. This was one, I've unearthed a long-standing anxiety. The first one was the timeless one. Was that time itself, oh, the cat's about to use the litter box and probably crap all over the place. No, he was just faking me out. Anyway, so timelessness, or the timeless system. This is designed to keep me from obsessing about how long, how fast, how efficient something takes. When I'm thinking about how long, how fast when it's due, I'm concerned about one, anxiety. There's an anxiety about being competent, and an anxiety because I associate speed with being competent, and then I associate timeliness with being responsible. So these are two childhood things that used to really bother me a lot. I was always wondering if I was stupid or incompetent. And I wanted to be responsible. I hated letting people down. Kitty, the cat's jumping up here. Sweetie, you should show, this is kind of cute. There's a cat down here, look. Oh. Can't see it. Zoop. That's my belt. Look how big my stomach's gone. I'm going to hold it in. Kitty. Anyway. So, I hate letting people down. Oops. Hate letting people down. Now the other one was the taskless system. Oh, now the cat's doing something. Hey, how did you get up here? How did you get so long? How did you get so long? You're gonna fall down. No. As much as he's a pain in the ass, he's also adorable. The taskless system is also, I realized yesterday, there's also a measure of fear of incompetence. The taskless system is, the reason why I wanted a taskless system was because I found thinking about all the tasks ahead of me really like being lame and daunting at the same time. And I think it's not actually useful to think about the mountain of tasks. It's important to think about the task right now. And this took away from my ability to focus purely on one thing, one immediate thing to try, which is enough to get working. So, like, what I'm saying is, like, it doesn't. If it is like 100 things I need to do to make like some piece of software or to finish the design of something, if I think about those 100 things, that just makes me feel like shit. However, I just start working on the thing, and getting started is the hardest thing for me. Like when I'm thinking about like all the things that have to happen, and a lot of them being very stupid and mundane and lame, and dealing with like bad documentation and the uncertainty of stuff like this. It's not very, if I'm thinking about any of that kind of stuff, tasks basically, or challenges of the future, yeah, it's a better way of putting it, challenges of the future. That's what a task is, isn't it? Something you're giving yourself to do in the future. So I'm thinking about challenges in the future, I'm just demotivating myself. But why is that? And I realized this is another anxiety that I hadn't picked up on, which was the idea that there's really 3 levels of it, I think. It's related to, 1, the task itself is mundane or stupid. An example of a stupid task is like going to the DMV and dealing with their bullshit. Or having to jump through a hoop. Or dealing with bureaucracy, dealing with dogma, dealing with bad documentation, trying to track down the supplier of something that should be much easier to track than it is, dealing with someone's crappy website. Crappy websites. Having to find something underneath a pile of garbage. Those things are stupid. I hate doing those things. Or, even worse, there's something else I need to do, or there's a stupid prerequisite. Another thing that is the task itself has a lot of unknowns, which is a form of something seeming stupid to me, or I don't know, and promises not to deliver. So yeah, I'm still like not hitting the main thing, which is this. However, there is also the anxiety of finding that I'm incompetent. This incompetent thing is something that goes way back, I think. When I was a kid, I used to think I was stupid. because people were telling me that like I wasn't fitting in, or that I didn't speak this language, or like they didn't understand the questions I was asking, and they said, why don't you ask these questions? Why don't you just accept the authority of what's being said? And so, I must be stupid and don't understand this. Everyone else seems so much smarter than me. It turns out that they were all idiots. So that's not quite true. But they had a different way of looking at things. And I've had it with that. The anxiety of feeling incompetent when something takes me too long, or I don't understand it. I feel stupid and don't want to feel that way. Therefore, I avoid it. My emotional reaction is to avoid it. Now, another way of reframing, I still like the idea of timeless tasks as systems. However, this puts a different bent on it. Redesigning the system to productivity system now has to address the main issues of feeling incompetent, which is to frame it as process, not a value judgment. And so, having realized that, I might be able to reintroduce the idea of time and tasks in some other way. I don't know what that is yet, but I just want to make a note of this. This is important. It should responsible and competent. I think no, at the same time, do I need to make everything so hard for myself? Okay, it's 10:25. I need to get going. That's the alarm is going out. I had to get the stuff in the ribs into the oven. And so that's today's What's Up Dave. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to stream for later today. But I have to go see the doctor. I have a therapist appointment at 11. And then afterwards, from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., I'm doing the curry thing. At least I'll take some pictures of curry and get back. Also, I'm going to try wearing contact lenses more this week. My glasses prescription is like out of whack. The contacts are still pretty good. And I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I also get these zits that I think are coming from wearing the glasses. It's time for a change. All right. So I hope you have a great Monday. You have a great week. And I'll talk to you later. All right. Stop streaming, damn it.